If you're not moving forward in life, you're moving backwards. This is Ace and Jamie, and this is Breakpoint Podcast.
Our goal is to create and deliver content that evokes a change of spirit and heart, seeking out messages that will relate and inspire.
Stories and experiences of people and their breakpoint in life.
Little rough around the edges, completely unhinged, and wildly compassionate.
We bring you Breakpoint Podcast.
Okay, today we're going to talk about the 4 impulse factors, how you can use them in your everyday life and what they are. Because I have a lot of people ask me, what are the 4 impulse factors? And it's kind of cool. I used to be in direct selling when I was 18 years old. I did residential door-to-door sales. It was the most fun I ever had in my entire life. And I got taught all these real cool, old school Zig Ziglar topics. And one of them was the 4 impulse factors. And I want to share them with you today because I've found that they're fun to teach and they're fun to learn and to use in everyday life. If you are in sales, you can certainly use them, but they're by no means a form of manipulation. Impulse is really just what motivates somebody to action, right? Decision-making is hard. Why is it so hard? Well, we're taught every day, going to school. We've been really trained to take orders, right? When you're in school, the teacher knows all the answers. A lot of decisions are made for us in life. And so when it comes to sales and understanding your client or understanding your prospect or understanding your spouse or understanding the girl or the guy that you're dating or understanding your kids, knowing what motivates the human soul can certainly help you. So the 4 impulse factors. Number 1, Jones effect. One of my favorites, super fun. Jones effect is everybody wants what everyone else has. So for instance, little Timmy down the street when you were 8, he got a basketball hoop in his driveway. What did you want? A basketball hoop in your driveway. Jones effect hasn't gone anywhere. Now you're in your teens. Your girlfriend, she gets a new purse. What do you want? I want that same new purse. And then when we get into our later years, right, and you start having kids or you start buying homes, now your next door neighbor, he gets an in-ground pool. That's right, an in-ground pool. What do you need? An in-ground pool. The Jones effect is real. It affects all of us, all right, in some way, shape, or form. And it's really fun to use in business. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're in sales. This is how I would use it. Hi, Jim. This is Jamie. I actually just got off the phone with Joan. She owns the business next door to you. Her and I were talking about all the awesome features of the program that I'd like to sell you. She was super excited to meet with me and asked me to come back tomorrow because she's ready to get started. I was thinking, since I'm going to be in the area, talking to Joan again tomorrow, I could stop by and talk to you about all the things that Joan loved about my program. Now, Jim knows Joan. Jim knows Joan does business next door. And if Joan is excited about my program, he's going to be excited about my program too. And he doesn't want to miss out on some awesome program features that Joan is taking advantage of and he's not. So the Jones effect does work, all right? And I like to call it greed factor too. Greed factor is just because we're greedy little humans and we want what everyone else has. And so you can also call a Jones effect greed factor. I'm going to go through and give you a real life analogy of how you use all of these in one shot. But for right now, I'll go into number 2, which is sense of urgency. Sense of urgency is an incredible way to motivate people because if you're in a hurry, all right, people are going to be in a hurry with you. One of the ways that you can use sense of urgency is by constantly looking at your watch. If you're having a conversation with someone and you tell them you have to go, but you need information from them now, they're most likely going to give you the information because they feel rushed or a sense of urgency that if they don't tell you what it is now, you won't be there for them to tell you later. What goes hand in hand with sense of urgency is fear of loss. These two work phenomenal together. Fear of loss is great because if I'm in a hurry and I've only got a few left, you need to act now or they're all going to be gone. People will get scared. And a great analogy for this is if you think of QVC, the shopping network. Yes, the shopping network. If any of you remembers what that looks like or has seen your mom staring into the TV screen, rushing to go grab her purse because an item is on display on QVC, and guess what they do? On the side of the screen, they put a timer ticking down to when the sale is going to stop. What else do they do? How many people have purchased it? What's that? That's greed factor. And what's great is that once the sale ends, because there's a period of time attached to it, and there's only 6 more left, we're using fear of loss because they're almost gone. What's the one thing that that whole scenario tells you? QVC does not care about whether you get the item or not, because plenty of people are buying, greed factor. They're only doing it for a short period of time, sense of urgency. And right now they only have 6 left, fear of loss. So that tells us that they don't care. And what is them not caring? That's the 4th impulse factor. It's called indifference. Indifference is the most evil of all the impulse factors because it happens to be the one that motivates me. I'll give you a for instance. If I'm going to the movies and I want you to come and I tell you, hey, you'll be Jim again. Hey, Jim, me and Joan are going to the movies. In fact, all of our friends are coming. Johnny, Jason, Jill, Jack, and Bob. We're all going to be going and we're going to have a great time. In fact, we're going to leave in about 15 minutes. So if you want to come, you can. Doesn't really matter to me. We're all going. And I know that there's only a few tickets left. So if you want to come, you probably need to go online, buy your tickets, and be ready to leave in the next 15 minutes. If not, no biggie. Me, Joan, John, Jack, Jill, and Bob will all have a great time without you. I just used 4 impulse factors at once, right? Let's just go through them one more time. I'm going to be at the movies with John, Jill, Jack, and Bob. What's that? Greed factor. I'm leaving in 15 minutes. Which impulse factor is that? Sense of urgency. And I think that the movie's selling out. Fear of loss. And what did I show you? I don't care whether you come or not. We're all going to be leaving soon. Come if you like, but if not, no big deal. What's that? Indifference. It's awesome. All right. And my last analogy that I love to use that you can understand it even better is the ice cream truck. The ice cream truck is the ultimate example of the 4 impulse factors. It does everything at once. So imagine, what's the first thing you do when the ice cream truck is coming? Do you see it or do you hear it? You hear it. You hear the music, okay? So what does the music make you do? Well, we all know what the music makes you do. The music makes you run through your house like a maniac, trying to, if you're young, find your parents so they can give you money. Or if you're not young, find money so you can run out there. But why are you gonna run out there when you hear the music? Because you know all of your neighbors are gonna be in line to get ice cream. And where's fear of loss come in? Well, if you want strawberry eclairs, the strawberry eclairs are gonna be gone. Or the bomb pops, they'll be gone if you're the last person in line. Or what's even worse than all of that happening? That you get out there and the ice cream truck is driving away. That's right. The ice cream truck has played 1 million people 1 million times. The music is your sense of urgency. You know the time is now ticking down before you can get out there. Greed factor is knowing that every neighbor on the block is running out at that moment. Fear of loss is that your strawberry eclair might be gone, but even worse, the ice cream truck might be gone too. And indifference, well, it's all indifference because the ice cream truck, he wants your business, but he doesn't care. So that's the 4 impulse factors in a really quick 5-minute shot. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned to use them. And today was awesome. You guys rock.